Hi guys, welcome to the Craft Beer channel. We're back in the land of Tintin, that's Belgium to those of you who don't know that Belgian legend. Why are we here? Toer De Geuze. Every 2 years, all the Belgian lambics except for one team together and do a tour and in fact make a mega blend. We're going to try that in a bit. Why am I walking backwards? That's because the one brewery that doesn't take part is Cantillon, so we're going to seek there for a Swifty. So one thing led to another at Cantillon. We've ended up lost in a field. We're at Brewery Tilquin and we have no idea where we are. So we're hoping to blag a lift, but no one seems to give a shit. Hell? So we're in Halle. You want to know where Halle is? It's a taxi! So we finally managed to get a taxi from Halle. We're on our way to Beersel, which is the brewery where we did our How Sour Beers Are Made at Beer School. You can click down here to see that. At Beersel we're going to try their really beautiful creek, which I've also reviewed, and then we're going to go on to Dryfontein, we're going to go to Boone, we're going to go to Lindemans, we're going to go to Timmermans. The world is our really sour oyster. So despite the rain and the onslaught of bubbles, which I don't think they forecasted, people have turned out in force to Beersel. So we've battled through the queues and we've got ourselves a mega blend. When they say mega blend, they mean it. It's 9 different companies get involved. There's 6 breweries and 3 geuzeries, because not all of the lambic producers produce their own wort. But yes, it's a blend of all their worts, put into barrels, aged for 1 to 3 years, and then they all come together and they blend it to get what they want. We believe at Boone, but message us if we're wrong. So the Mega Blend 2015. It's kind of earthy. It could be the aged hops they use. I know like Beersel like a slightly hoppier wort than most. It's definitely sort of earthy, not muddiness, but something along those lines. And then it's still got that really sour edge, that kind of appley, ciderous kind of thing that I love in the Geuze that makes it somewhere between a white wine and a cider and a beer.
Dat is van een buitenlander is dat wel speciaal.
Yeah, that's mega sour, that mega blend. And in the middle there's kind of a green appley kind of freshness, like without being really wanky and precise. It's almost like the skin of a green apple, like the freshness really hits through before the sourness, that sort of Haribo sour sherbety sugar thing just smacks everything else out of your mouth. A really powerful Geuze, not one for people that are new to it, but for someone like me that likes being smashed in the cheek. I'm a big fan. Mega. So we've ducked out of the rain and I found Gert, founder of Beersel. For me, there's quite a lot of mystery shrouded around the Horal Mega Blend. What's it like to work on a beer where all these breweries have to come together?
Our special thing to make Geuze is to blend lambics. So instead of just blending our own lambics, this time we're blending lambics from different breweries. It's an extra challenge because it's new flavors, beer from other breweries that you don't always control what beer it is. And then we have to make a blend out of this. So it's actually a challenging project, but it's a nice project because it shows that as lambic producers we can work together instead of fighting. We do not have to compete anymore with each other.
Can you sort of taste your influence in the Mega Blend this year? Can you see what yours added?
You see, the Mega Blend is mild and has character. And if you look at the Geuze of our Beersel, we are mild. We have mild lambic, we have mild Geuze, with character, with some touch of our older barrels and our small barrels. And even though the lambic, the Geuze, is different in flavor, it's a bit in the same line. You have no vinegar acidity in the Mega Blend, and we are one of the producers that do not want to have vinegar acidity in our lambic. We want to have a smooth, drinkable, enjoyable lambic but a lot of carrot.
Yeah. Well, when I tasted it, it was very, very sour, but it was smooth and quite fresh as well.
Yeah, because it's lactic sourness, no vinegar sourness.
Yeah. So next up is Dry Fontaine. It's about a 15-minute walk. It's pissing with rain, so we need a montage. So I've just had a beer poured by a Boy Scout, which is a new feeling. This is nothing like any of the beer festivals in the UK, that's for sure, except in one way, in which we just got served the beer on cask. We're at Dry Fontaine, or rather the community hall just across the road because the brewery was slammed, and I'm drinking Faro, which is a Geuze brewed with Belgian candy sugar to sweeten it, to give it kind of a sherbetiness that goes really, really well with that sourness. And it's really nice on cask, it's really, really smooth, and slips down just like an English bitter, but it's tangy, it's sweet, it's delicious. So we're here at our final stop. I was beginning to wonder whether the Belgians knew how to throw a party. Seems they do. So Boon is the first brewery we've been to. The others have all been blenders. So they make words for themselves, which they then inoculate naturally using cool ships in the air. But here I have the natural lambic. Now you'll notice it's really orange. It's almost like iron brew, which is quite unusual for a wort. If you imagine like a British brewery turning out a wort that colour. This beer would be thrown into barrels and then aged and then blended to create a Geuze. So it's really interesting to have it in its original form. It's sweet, it's candied, very, very citrus. It's got that sort of vinous kind of thing going on, a little bit of vinegar as well. Yeah, that's kind of Moorish, kind of umami-esque. There's that little bit of savouriness I think comes from the funkiness of the yeast. It's quite addictive. And the Mega Blend are real highlights. I cannot recommend going to Toer De Geuze enough. Although I would recommend you find some kind of transport. Some old guys we met at the station did it on foot and managed 5 breweries. We barely managed 3 with taxis. So maybe get yourself something with wheels. But otherwise, we'll be back in 2 years. We'll bring bikes, we'll bring good weather, and maybe we'll bring something non-sour for the gaps in between. From me and from West Mile Double, see you back in England.